Hey Astro Kids, and welcome back. This is your daily horoscope and this is the sun making a semi-sextile over to the north node. So we have the sun here at 29 degrees of Taurus, just getting ready to enter into this Gemini season here on May 20th. So just a day here before we are entering into this Gemini season, where this energy is building up here. We have the North Node that is in this conjunction with Vesta, and Venus, which is also in a conjunction with Mercury now at 15 degrees of Gemini. So Mercury is picking up a lot of speed here as it's moving along halfway through the sign of Gemini, getting ready here to enter into Cancer. And so we're having this moment here of finally, this is a time of this question of if we are willing to actually once again step into this brand new space. And so this is a major time of clearing at this moment where we must completely let go of what no longer serves us so that we can step fully into this space of what truly is serving us, what is truly beneficial to us, and of the highest value and worth in our lives. So with this is the last moment here of really us consciously focusing on our value, our expectations, what we really want in our lives before we come into this Gemini season of actually starting to logically digest the information that we need to make this happen in our lives. And so this is a big call from the universe here of releasing everything that is weighing you down, everything that is holding you back from this experience that you want to have, especially with this South Node in Sagittarius that is making a quincunx over to the Sun in Taurus. And so with this quincunx, there is this misunderstanding of how this actual releasing process of letting go of these situations, of these old belief systems that are holding us back in this place of wishing and hoping and dreaming is actually preventing us from stepping into the reality of what we want to truly experience in this new space that we are entering into, right? And we saw big time that this was a new space that we are entering into with this full moon in Scorpio that we just came off of, where it was a major moment of, once again, the universe asking us to clear, asking us to let go. And so this is another big moment of this question of, will we release and let go of these attachments in our lives to these old stories, these old beliefs that are holding us back and keeping us from the reality that we want to truly experience. And this is a moon in Aries that is actually building up to a new moon in Gemini that we will see here on the 22nd. So we are building up to this new lunar cycle where it's in Gemini. It is all about stepping into this brand new opportunity, this brand new moment of learning, of experiencing, of opening yourself up to what is to come. And so if we are still trying to hold on to this baggage of what no longer serves us in our lives, this is a major block and a major holdup of what we can truly experience within our reality. And so once again, there is a big question here, especially as we're in this retrograde season, of whether we are going to take this time to really review the areas of our lives that need this change, that need this work, this improvement, so that we can better ourselves and move forward into the life that we truly want to experience. And if we are not willing to do this, this is a major time of, once again, this baggage of continuing to hold on to these blocks, these struggles, these difficulties. This is a major moment where if you are wanting to experience something in your life, then what is this fear? What is this illusion that is holding you from this? Especially when we look at relationships. Once again, because we are in this square of Venus and Gemini, right? This Venus retrograde in Gemini that is in a square over to Neptune in Pisces, right? So we have these subconscious fears and blocks from the actual experience that we want to have with others, from getting into these relationships, from bettering our relationships. There is this fear of what we believe we want the story to look like, or what we believe that we can't have, right? What is this illusion? What is this block that is holding you back from this experience that you truly want to have, that is fulfilling, that is truly something that brings you joy in your life? Because remember that we have this Leo energy, right, that we came off of, this T-square over to Leo, that was all about this release point of doing what brings us true joy and fulfillment. And even with this Juno and Libra, it is a major moment of stepping into what is actually going to bring you the greatest fulfillment in your life. Even with this quincunx over to Uranus, which is making us feel as if this is a crazy radical change that we cannot give ourselves into. But are we actually willing to give ourselves this opportunity of experiencing something new, of letting go of the attachment and allowing ourselves to go through this radical change and this new experience of truly connecting and truly having this relationship, this experience, this expression that we are really looking to have in our lives? And so there's a lot here in terms of what we are trying to express, what we are trying to connect to. But if we are afraid of this connection, of this relationship with others that we are seeking, which this Juno, remember, is in an opposition over to Chiron, where are we trying to hold on to these wounds of this Chiron and Aries of, well, we don't look good enough, or we don't have the image of what we believe we need to have this connection that we truly want? Or are we willing to show up as we are, right? Which is this Lilith and Aries, this strong desire of just being ourselves, but we're repressing it, we're pushing it down. Of, are we trying to be something else that is not actually who we are, right? And look at this quincunx that we have over to Mars in Pisces, right? Remembering that this is a major moment of, are we acting on a dream that is truly a magical experience of what we want to have in our lives? Are we acting on an illusion? Are we acting on this fantasy in our minds, this hoping and this wishing and dreaming of having something that we can actually truly experience in our lives, right? Which is this yod that we are in, where this is a big moment of fully allowing ourselves to enter into this brand new experience that doesn't feel stable, doesn't feel secure, that is something that we truly want and desire in order to build this connection. And so coming out of our comfort zone, coming out of this old space of what is holding us back from what we truly desire, is this huge theme here of really what we need to step into, what we are truly seeking, what we are truly desiring to have and to hold in our lives at this time. And with all of this retrograde energy down here in Capricorn and Aquarius, there is a lot of wanting to detach and wanting to disconnect, because we're afraid to go through this test. We're afraid to work on ourselves, to make these adjustments, these improvements, right? And this is a major time of using this review period to fully connect and integrate into these changes that we need in our lives. Remember that Mercury is in Gemini, and so it's a time of thinking logically and taking the logical approach of how we actually want to have these new experiences in our lives. And so are we coming from this place of, again, hoping and wishing for something versus actually taking the steps to get there? And so in this space, there's a lot of clearing that we need to do here so that we can step into what we are truly wanting to experience. And I also pulled some cards here as well for May 19th for this Sun sextile North Node. First card we have here is Transition, where once again this is a major change, and this is a major time of deciding whether you want to fully integrate into this change, whether you fully want to let go of the old attachments and fully step into something that is brand new, something that is different, right? And this is the Death card, where there is this fear that we associate with death. But there is something big to say about how death is not only an ending, but also a beginning, where this is a major moment of letting go of these old blocks and patterns and fears that are holding you back from what you truly want to have in your life. And so this is a moment of stepping forward. This is a moment of going for what you want. Even with these planets that are in retrograde, this is a major moment of taking action. And so, are we going to sit this retrograde season out and do nothing? Or are we going to use this retrograde season to review and look over these areas in our life that we truly need to work on to improve and better ourselves and to have the better life that we want for ourselves? Because with this eclipse season that is coming up very shortly here, starting with a lunar eclipse in Sagittarius on June 5th, there is a lot of this extreme change of really entering into the story that you want to experience by letting go of the old story. So there is a death that needs to take place here within ourselves. Not a physical death, but a death of the old, a death of what no longer serves us in our lives. The next card we have here is very similar. We have the 8th house, right? This is the Scorpio house that is very much also associated with death and crisis and change, right? This very powerful transformation where are we willing to face those deeper, darker parts of ourselves? Are we willing to go through this amazing transformation that takes us from these blocks and these issues and these struggles and puts us into a situation where we are stronger? And so this is about learning from the darkness so that we can step into the light. This is a major transformation that we are calling for. And remember that Pluto is retrograde here in Capricorn, where once again, this is what this is all about, is facing this internal part of ourselves that we don't want to face, that we keep running from. But will we face this? Will we face the challenge? Will we face the difficulty? Will we stand up and step into the change that we want to see in our lives by facing the harder aspects of life, by dealing with the pain, with the struggle, by overcoming it, by stepping into your true power and worth? This is this Phoenix rising moment, but are we willing to take it? So that was your horoscope for May 19th, 2020. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, feel free to leave a like as well as a comment. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any new content. If you'd like to share some spiritual knowledge, some motivational advice, positivity, feel free to join the group Astro Metaphysical Love and Light on Facebook. I want to thank you all once again so much for joining. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.